And what's up, good people? Been thinking about something for the past few hours, and well, I've been thinking about it for a long time. I just want to say something about it. I don't want to be, I don't want to get it twisted or people to get it twisted. Like I hate a certain group of people. I don't. Just trying to understand some things. And this is what I feel like when it comes to racism and systemic racism, basically why, for the most part, black people are being held down. You can believe it if you want to, or you don't have to if you don't want to. Uh, You know, don't believe what people say. Believe what you see. I see it. All right. I feel like most white people think that we think like they think. What I mean by that is this: if they felt like they were done wrong, they rebel, they buck against the system, and they have an obvious hate towards those who they feel like wronged them. Okay, we can look back at uh, World War II. The Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. For a long time, they hated Japanese. As a matter of fact, you talk to the right white person, they still hate the Japanese. And if given half the chance, they get at them. You got some that hate Vietnamese people, and they lump them all in together because of Vietnam. But you got a whole lot of them that hate Arabs and Afghans for what happened at 9/11. And there may be valid points. I'm not here to argue that. But they feel the need for revenge for anyone that has done them wrong or, done the country wrong. So there's no argument there. But I feel like we feel like they feel. You know, like we've been done wrong, and if given half the chance, we would get at them and do to them what they did to us. What they fail to realize is that we don't think like them. We ain't trying to get back at nobody. We just want to be left alone. That's all. Don't hinder uh don't hinder my success. Don't stop me from succeeding. Don't stop me from trying to do the best that I can do. Don't put unnecessary stuff in my way. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Just don't stop me. Just leave me alone. Because in the history of our dealings with each other, and keep in mind that white people wrote the history books. They had the pen. They wrote the history. They recorded everything. And I think what happened is while they were recording these things, they were not thinking that there would be a day when other white people would read this and be appalled by it. Like, oh my God, they actually did things like this to people? Once upon a time, slavery was cool, okay? It was the law of the land. And they wrote about it, and they took pictures or made paintings of how they had people and how they transported people and how they beat people and rape people. Okay, this is how you control your slaves. You don't let them understand the institution of family. You don't let them become educated. You rape the women. You rape the men. You pit them against each other. Um, you pit the light against the dark, the young against the old. Um, dark skin against the light skin. Man against woman. Whatever. You do all that. They had plantations where they raped men. And they did all this, and they recorded it. And after, slaves were freed, you had mass lynchings where, you get caught out somewhere where they felt like you had no business being. They'd kill you. They'd lynch you and bring the whole town out and take pictures and post them in the newspaper. Well, you got the kids out here looking at a black man hanging from a tree or cut open or pulled apart by horses or tied in uncomfortable positions with blocks and bricks or burned. And you got children out there looking at this stuff in the paper, posing. So they're teaching these kids how to hate. And it passes on from generation to generation. Okay, now that is not cool, but it has been recorded that this has happened. And now you got Jim Crow laws where, okay, you can't eat here. You can't vacation here. You can't play here. You can't work here. You can't live here. You can't look at this person. You can't drink out of this fountain. You can't enter into this door. You can't vote. Different things. And if I see you trying to do any of these things, I'll probably beat your ass. All of this stuff was recorded, written down, pictures taken of it. This actually happened. And what do a lot of people equate that to is the Black Panther Party of the 60s, which that party, a lot of the founding members, if not all of them, are dead, murdered by the government. But in turn, we have the KKK, which is still thriving. And it is known, well known, unapologetically racist. They make that known. Everybody knows that the KKK is racist. And if given half a chance, they will kill you. But it's still allowed to function in this country because a lot of the people that are in power are connected to the KKK. So with all that being said, with all of this history that's been recorded, why are we seen as the dangerous ones? What did we do to white people that is worse than what white people has done to us? If anybody can answer that one thing, make it make sense to me, I think I'll be all right. But I can't. I don't think there's one person that could make that make sense to me. With all of the recorded history of the atrocities, all of the wrongdoings that we suffered, and we had a little day in the sun, 15 seconds. Oh my God, Black Panther Party. Oh God, they're evil. What did we do to you? Man, it makes no sense. I heard a story. My mother told me a story about my grandfather the other day, and it broke my heart. Broke my heart. Because I am who I am, and I think according to the times that I am in now. And had that been said, if what was said to my grandfather, what was done to my grandfather and my uncles was done to me and my sons, the reaction would have been different, because I'm a man of my times. But he was a man of his times, and he had to get it how he lived. But I won't tell you the story, but he was afraid that he and his sons would be killed if he said something to a man that he worked for. I can't see myself being scared to say something to any man, because I'm scared for my life and the life of my children. But that was the times he lived in, okay? When has anybody, any white man, worked for a black man and was scared to say something in fear of his life and his children's life outside of the dope game? You know what I'm saying? So just know that we don't think like y'all. We're not trying to retaliate. We're not trying to get some get back, some payback. We just want to be left alone to our own devices. Don't hinder us. Don't get in our way of being successful. Leave us be. Let us do our thing. All right? Let us do our thing. Don't put any unnecessary roadblocks in our way. Just let us be. That's it. We ain't trying to get no revenge. Don't nobody hate nobody. We just want to bite off the man's sandwich.